Were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times.
So have you heard the latest news? Ellen DeGeneres and her wife Portia de Rossi are leaving the U.S. and heading to rural England. It's a pretty big deal, especially since they've reportedly put their Montecito estate up for sale and have no plans of coming back. But here's where things get a little more interesting. Right before Diddy's trial is about to start, both Ellen and her good friend Ashton Kutcher have made the move to Europe. This timing definitely has people talking. Is it just a coincidence or is there more to it? Ellen and Ashton have been close friends with Diddy for years. They've made plenty of public appearances together and even spent time at his notorious parties. But now, with Diddy facing serious allegations, people are starting to wonder if Ellen and Ashton are trying to distance themselves from him. The timing seems a little too perfect, right? Why leave the U.S. right before his trial kicks off? Some sources have even said that authorities are looking into whether there's a connection between their moves and Diddy's legal troubles. So what's really going on here? Why the sudden decision to move? Is it just about the election like some reports suggest, or is there something else at play? According to a report from The Wrap, Ellen and Portia made the decision to leave the U.S. shortly after Donald Trump's election. They reportedly felt disillusioned by the political climate and decided to escape the tension and divide they saw in the States. They chose to relocate to rural England, hoping for a fresh start away from the political chaos. But while it makes sense that some people might want to get away after such a controversial election, does this really explain everything about their decision to leave? After all, Ellen had already lived through Trump's first term without feeling the need to leave the country. So why now? Then there's Ellen's old tweets, which show just how close she and Diddy were. In 2016, she even sent him a birthday message with a cozy nickname, Comfort MC Snuggle Stuff. That's a pretty intimate nickname for someone who's now facing serious allegations, don't you think? How could Ellen not have known something was going on all these years? Many of her followers criticized her for being too friendly with political figures they disagreed with. Yet despite the backlash, she didn't leave the country. So what's different now? Could it be the growing intensity of the scrutiny surrounding her personal life and career? It's also interesting to consider that Ellen and Portia's move coincides with a particularly difficult time in Ellen's career. Back in 2020, accusations surfaced about a toxic work environment on her talk show, with several employees coming forward to claim they were mistreated. The allegations caused Ellen to become the center of a major public scandal. She faced a significant drop in viewership and major sponsors pulled their support. Ellen even issued a public apology, admitting that her show had fallen short of the values of kindness she had always promoted. With her reputation suffering and the pressure mounting, it's easy to see why she might want a change of scenery. But could Ellen's decision to leave have more to do with something other than just a desire for peace and quiet after a difficult time in her life? The timing here seems suspicious, especially when you think about her long-standing friendship with Diddy. For years, Ellen and Diddy were inseparable. Diddy was a frequent guest on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and their friendship was widely publicized. Ellen even spoke highly of Diddy on many occasions, praising his business sense and positivity. But now, with Diddy facing serious allegations of abuse and exploitation, people are starting to ask whether Ellen and Portia knew more than they let on. Let's be real, when two celebrities like Ellen and Diddy are constantly in the public eye together, it's hard to believe they didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. They were always seen together at public events and shared a very close relationship, attending private parties and celebrating milestones. Diddy is known for his lavish lifestyle and his infamous parties, but what was really going on behind the glamour? Could Ellen, who preached kindness to her audience, have been completely unaware of the darker side of Diddy's world? And if she did know, why did she stay silent for so long? Some insiders are even suggesting that Ellen might have had some knowledge about Diddy's alleged wrongdoings, and this could have influenced her decision to leave the U.S. And let's not forget about Ashton Kutcher. He and Diddy have also been close friends for years, but now Ashton is staying unusually quiet about everything going on with Diddy. Some reports are suggesting that Ashton and his wife, Mila Kunis, might even be thinking about relocating to Europe as well. Could this just be a coincidence, or are they trying to distance themselves from Diddy's growing legal troubles before they escalate further? With all this in mind, it's difficult not to wonder if there's more to Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi's decision to leave the U.S. than just a desire to escape the political turmoil. While many have speculated that their move to rural England was primarily motivated by a need for peace after the divisiveness of the Trump era, there might be another, more pressing reason behind their sudden departure. Could it be that they're trying to distance themselves from the growing scandal surrounding their longtime friend Sean Diddy Combs? As Diddy's legal troubles intensify and his trial looms, it's difficult not to think that Ellen and Portia are trying to put some physical distance between themselves and the controversy surrounding the music mogul. Ellen and Portia have been close friends with Diddy for many years. Their relationship was well documented, with Diddy often appearing on the Ellen DeGeneres show as a guest and the three of them attending parties and private events together. Ellen and Diddy's bond appeared to be more than just a professional one. It was a friendship that played out publicly, with Ellen frequently singing Diddy's praises for his business acumen, work ethic, and positive outlook on life. Ellen was never shy about how much she admired him. She even referred to him as a personal inspiration. Diddy, for his part, spoke highly of Ellen and often appeared on her show, where the two would laugh and share anecdotes. But now, with the allegations against Diddy mounting, the timing of Ellen and Portia's departure is raising more questions than answers. It's not just the timing that's raising eyebrows, it's the nature of their relationship with Diddy. Now that he is facing serious accusations of abuse, exploitation, and even human trafficking, people are starting to wonder if Ellen and Portia were more involved in Diddy's world than they let on. These accusations are extremely serious and they have sparked a media frenzy. Diddy is set to go on trial soon, and as the legal drama unfolds, the public is closely watching the people around him, especially those who were in his inner circle. As two high-profile figures who were constantly seen with Diddy, Ellen and Portia are understandably coming under scrutiny. The timing of their departure, coinciding with the trial, only fuels speculation that they are trying to distance themselves from the situation. Could Ellen and Portia have known more than they've publicly acknowledged? Ashton's connection to Diddy goes way back, including helping host one of Diddy's white parties in Beverly Hills back in 2009. But now, with all the disturbing details about those parties surfacing, it's hard not to wonder if Ashton is trying to cover his tracks. And when you look at his past support for Danny Masterson, who's now serving a 30-year sentence for rape, it's easy to see why people might start questioning Ashton's role in all of this. One of the biggest questions surrounding Ellen's departure is whether she knew about the alleged abuse and exploitation happening within Diddy's circles. Ellen is someone who built her career on promoting kindness, positivity, and inclusivity. Her mantra, "Be kind to one another," became iconic, and she was known for championing social causes and raising awareness about important issues. Given that, many are now asking how she could have been so close to Diddy without noticing anything unusual. If she was aware of the darker aspects of Diddy's world, why didn't she speak out sooner? Was her silence a result of fear, loyalty, or something else? The fact that Ellen and Portia are making such a significant life change now, just as Diddy's trial is about to begin, certainly makes it seem like they are trying to put distance between themselves and the scandal. It's not just the trial that's looming, it's the public fallout. As more details emerge about Diddy's alleged behavior, it's clear that the public's perception of him is rapidly shifting. Once seen as a charismatic mogul, Diddy is now facing an onslaught of negative press, and his reputation is in tatters. For someone like Ellen, whose career was built on a carefully crafted image of positivity and kindness, being associated with Diddy at this point could be incredibly damaging. Could her decision to leave the US be a way to avoid being caught in the fallout of Diddy's legal battles? It's also important to consider the emotional and psychological toll that the recent scandals may have taken on Ellen and Portia. The issue goes beyond politics and career failures to their personal lives. Ellen has already faced significant public criticism in recent years, from the toxic work environment allegations at the Ellen DeGeneres show to the backlash she received for her friendship with George W. Bush. After such a rough period, it's understandable that Ellen and Portia might want to remove themselves from the limelight for a while and regain some sense of normalcy and peace. Relocating to rural England offers them a chance to retreat from the pressure and noise of the public eye, but it also offers them a way to escape from the growing scandal surrounding Diddy. Another factor to consider is the public's increasing demand for accountability. As Diddy's trial approaches, the pressure is mounting on everyone in his inner circle to speak out and take a stance. Fans, critics, and the media are all questioning whether people like Ellen knew more than they're letting on. By leaving the US at this particular moment, Ellen and Portia may be hoping to escape this scrutiny and avoid becoming part of the story. Their decision to leave might be a way to avoid being linked to Diddy's trial and the increasingly disturbing details coming to light. In the end, it's impossible to know exactly what motivated Ellen and Portia to make this decision. Only they truly know the reasons behind their move. But given the timing, the ongoing legal troubles of Diddy, and the questions surrounding their relationship with him, it's difficult not to wonder if there's more to their departure than they're letting on. Could they be trying to distance themselves from a scandal that's growing too big to ignore? As Diddy's trial unfolds, it's clear that Ellen and Portia are trying to put some distance between themselves and the controversy that surrounds their former friend. So here we are, Ellen and Ashton, two of Diddy's closest friends, leaving the US just months before his trial starts. What do you think? Is it all just a coincidence, or are they getting out ahead of the storm? It's a lot to think about, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and stay tuned for more updates. Then there's Ellen's old tweets, which show just how close she and Diddy were. In 2016, she even sent him a birthday message with a cozy nickname, Comfort MC Snuggle Stuff. That's a pretty intimate nickname for someone who's now facing serious allegations, don't you think? How could Ellen not have known something was going on all these years? And let's not forget about Ashton Kutcher. He and Diddy have also been close friends for years, but now Ashton is staying unusually quiet about everything going on with Diddy. Some reports are suggesting that Ashton and his wife Mila Kunis might even be thinking about relocating to Europe as well. Could this just be a coincidence, or are they trying to distance themselves from Diddy's growing legal troubles before they escalate further? Ashton's connection to Diddy goes way back, including helping host one of Diddy's white parties in Beverly Hills back in 2009. But now, with all the disturbing details about those parties surfacing, it's hard not to wonder if Ashton is trying to cover his tracks. And when you look at his past support for Danny Masterson, who's now serving a 30-year sentence for rape, it's easy to see why people might start questioning Ashton's role in all of this. So here we are, Ellen and Ashton, two of Diddy's closest friends, leaving the US just months before his trial starts. What do you think? Is it all just a coincidence, or are they getting out ahead of the storm? It's a lot to think about, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and stay tuned for more updates.